What's going on, guys? This is a quick vid on pretty much the state of AK 47s just before the election in 2016. I've been noticing an increase in price on AKs pretty much just across the board, and they're limited numbers. I may go into a shop and see 20, 25 AR 15s. They might have one to two AKs. So, it is what it is. Pretty much the supply and demand. But on general, AKs are pretty much up around 200 to 250 bucks at this point. When you could get a Wasser 10 a year or two ago at around like 500 bucks, I bought mine for 550, new, and it was a 2013 gun. It was only like 550, but now I see them on sites and they're pretty much running 750. And so there's a couple of reasons for that, really. Basically, you got conflicts going on around the world, a lot of terrorist type activity. And so their armies, these countries' armies, are pretty much, their AKs are for theirs, for their country. So they're not really going to export, their rifles to the U.S. at this point. And we don't really know when they'll come back on. So the chances of you seeing a bunch of Yugos on the rack, or a bunch of Wasser, Romanian guns, or Polish Tantals, it's going to be pretty scarce at this point. You're kind of stuck with going the route of the American-made AKs. Century Arms is doing a decent job. They're putting out the RAS-47 and the Century C39 V2s. If I see an AK, it's usually one of those two in the shop, and nothing like you see here, that Hungarian 63D. You're most likely not going to see that sitting on the shelf, and if you do, they're probably going to want $1,000 for the gun, which I did not pay that, but that's just what it is. Another thing I've also noticed is that at least my super big box store, which is Cabela's, maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't, but they pretty much have just stopped bringing in 7.62x39 of any kind, and it's been that way for about a year and a half. So, I wouldn't say that I saw that coming, but I just started ordering my ammo online, and that, it saves me the trouble of even going to look for it in the store. But every time I go in the store and I pick up some 223, 5.56, 9mm 45, yada, 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 I always take a gander at the 7.62x39, and they literally just don't even have a single box. I know it's still available, but you're kind of stuck ordering it versus going down to your local store and just buying it outright. It's still cheap online too. You can get it for about $4 to $5 box. So check a lot of sites. You'll see that ammo. You just got to be willing to have it shipped in to yourself. Other than that, I think there's plenty of accessories if you did buy an AK before, this year or last year. So you're still going to find your magazines. If you look online, you'll still find like muzzle brakes and rails and all that stuff. But the guns are just going to be limited. So, in all honesty, your probably best deal is just to go ahead and get an AR-15 at this point, because the prices are just so rock bottom. You can either build one for $400 to $500 or even more if that's your liking. But I would just get an AR-15 because they're so plentiful, and any shop that are going to go to is going to have everything from the magazines to grips, hand guards, rails, optics, sights. I mean, just everything. But the AK, I was stocked up, so I'm not really out there looking for it. But it's just a good rule of thumb. You should have got your stuff earlier. That's about all I can say about that. Other than that, hopefully things don't change too much in the near future. We're having all kind of school shootings at this point, and it just doesn't look good. Society is, I ain't gonna say it's breaking down, but it's got some problems for sure. A lot of protest. You know, all these things are creating like the perfect storm for something to really change in a big way. And I don't know, just gonna have to see how it goes. Other than that, y'all take it easy. Peace.